How's it going, everyone? My name is Nuri Plays and welcome once again to another Volleyball 4.2 tutorial. In this video, as a lot of you have suggested, we are doing the advanced setting guide, so let's get right into it without further ado. So, there are some things I want to cover before we even start this guide, is formations, and I'll basically just cover those right here, right now. There are two main formations used in Volleyball 4.2. There's 5-1 and there's 4-2. 4-2 is where the setter's in the middle, and they have 4 options of attack, which is left, right, a back row attack, and obviously a dump. 5-1 is another formation, and that's where a setter is either on the left side or the right side of the front row, and they have 5 different options of attack. So they have obviously the middle, they have the far side over there, and they have 2 back row attacks here. And what I want to basically say is that 5-1 is very useful for synchro attacks. That's because the setter's on the side, so it's not really confusing anyone. So even the back row could jump in and basically form a line up on the front row for a synchro attack. 4-2, on the other hand, is the best for simple all-round play. It could get creative as well with shuffling, but I'm not going to talk about shuffling in this video. I think that's a whole other video about formations and tactics and things like that, so I'm not going to cover that here. Okay, but yeah, without further ado, with that stuff out of the way, we can talk about advanced setting. So there are so many different types of ways to set in this game, all depending on every scenario possible. So you have, I'll start off by saying that you have bump sets, so you can bump it into the net, like I said in the last video, I believe, to set. But you don't have to set it obviously against the net. You can set it from here with power 3. You can set it backwards to the jungle here and here using a bump. And obviously if the receive goes badly, like over here, you can set it from over here with power 4 to the other wing. It's all about adjusting to the situation as a setter. So if you see the ball as well, if you see a receive going, let's say, over the net, your job is to jump as well and set it to make sure that the other team doesn't just go like this, you know, where they just slap it down like that. But yeah, so that's that. Let's also talk about quicks. So quicks, I've covered last video as well. You can quick from a lot of different positions. You can quick with the jungle. You can quick with the back row as well, by setting it with power 8. There's so many things you can do as a setter. So there's also net sets, as I was talking about, but not only bumping, you can also use power 15, set it against the net like that from here, and it will travel against the net. The closer you are to the net, the further it will go. Now, another thing for advanced setting I want to talk about is soul swap. So soul swap is where it's useful in 5-1 because it makes it less confusing to understand, but the setter swaps with the spiker in order to spike. So I'll show an example of a soul swap. If any of you have watched Haikyuu, you'll know what a soul swap looks like. But it's basically where the setter swaps with the spiker and the spiker sets to the setter. It's confusing to explain, but that's what that is. A setter is like heavily reliant on adjusting to every scenario that is set in front of them. So bad receives will force you to change formation as well sometimes. Say if someone struggles and receives it to the left, that means the setter has to now go to the left, which sets up 5-1 rotation. There's some crazy things you can do as a setter. Let's say a bad receive goes here as well. It's all situational, by the way. It's not really like complex or anything. But there was a scrim where one of my teammates received it all the way here. So my job was to do this, get it back into play. And I actually got it over the net, but I meant to set the ball. So that's literally what you have to do as a setter. You have to really adjust to every situation and help out your team as much as possible. There's also flick sets. So flick sets, I'll explain right now. If you're getting received, flick sets are when you don't have mouse lock, but you lock on to where you want to aim it. So you go, whoop, bang. If you're new to this, you're probably going to get it over the net a lot of the time. So don't worry, just keep practicing it. Keep trying to aim where you want to aim. But one big tip is that you look at where you kind of want to aim as you're moving. So if I spawn it here, I'll turn my camera so that when I lock, I already know where I'm aiming beforehand. So I look to the side. See? Just keep doing that, because that's gonna make your sets a lot less readable. Like that. So, as you can see, that one went over, but just try and make your sets as unpredictable as possible. You can also jump set with this if you feel like you need to. Let me do that again, like that. And obviously you can also spike as a setter as well, to throw them off guard. You can dump like this as well. How did that miss? Okay, we don't talk about it. I don't know if I missed anything. Let me know in the comments below if I did miss something about advanced setting that you wanted to know. I'll happily answer any comments that I see. But hopefully this was useful to you guys. If it was, feel free to smash the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next for Volleyball 4.2. But that's it from me for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.